Hey, welcome back here around Forging On. I hope this wind there was no wind when I came out here. As soon as I sit down and turn the camera on, wind starts picking up. And I don't know how well this microphone is going to pick up the wind. My 4 week video I did previously, there was a lot of wind and cars and rain. And so I thought, oh, it's 76 degrees Fahrenheit, nice out. But it's also about 5 o'clock, so I'm getting a lot of traffic going up and down the road. People driving home. I'll try to talk in between all that, and hopefully the wind will not be so bad. My 4 week video had all this rain in there and everything, but thought about remaking it. I tell you, at that video I was not feeling the greatest. I was tired. I wouldn't get much sleep, and it was just waking up all the time hurting, aching through the day. Try to do my exercise and just ache. Go to therapy and it hurt. Well, the good news is at the about 4.5 weeks in, it was right after I made that video, a couple of days. Don't pick 5 o'clock in the evening to make a video. What about in the country? You would think there wouldn't be this much traffic. Anyway. But because I made that video like on Wednesday, where Monday was the 4 week mark, and this is actually the next Tuesday, so yesterday was the 5 week mark. But Friday morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I made a mistake, because I've been watching a lot. I've been laid up doing nothing because my leg just hurting so much. I watched a lot of YouTube and I started watching some Twitch streams because I found crafters and makers, blacksmiths, and just different things, woodworkers and all kind of stuff on. I thought it was almost all gaming on Twitch, but there is a lot of gaming. But there's a whole big community of crafters. So I was watching a bunch of them, and they were having a big fundraiser for the World Central Kitchen nonprofit, whatever it is. They're going in to feed the refugees from the Ukraine, and so a whole bunch of these makers and crafters were getting together, and they're going to have just one stream after another. And in Twitch, which I just recently learned, if you're streaming, and there goes UPS, man, everything. So if you're streaming in Twitch, when they get done, they get us quit, or they can what they call raid into another stream. Well, they had planned it all out, and they're going to start Friday morning, go all day Friday, then Saturday all day, and then they wanted to go 24 hours a day, but they just couldn't find enough people streaming at night. So they just started off Friday morning, and then they would raid, and everybody was planned. So they would raid into the next one, and each of the crafters had set up donation things. Hey, if you give $1 or $5 or something toward this World Central Kitchen, put in a raffle, and they had made stuff to give away, or they do stuff or something. Some people are doing funny things, part of their stream. Anyway, they were going through, but they had this 3-hour gap. Friday morning was going one person, 3-hour gap, and then going to the next person. And they were desperately trying to find somebody. And I found out about it, and that's when I found out about the whole fundraiser was Thursday. And I was still feeling bad Thursday, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, I might be able to. I'm not set up in my shop to stream, but I said I can go downstairs and maybe I can just stream playing a game or something and talk if you need me to. I was hoping they'd find somebody else, actually, but nobody else came up. I didn't know all about the setting up donation levels and giving away stuff and doing all this, and it ended with an auction. I didn't know any of that stuff. And so they streamed into my channel, but I got in there. I got up Friday morning anticipating another bad day like I've been having every day for 4.5 weeks. And I thought, my knee's a little tight, but it's not as bad as it has been. And I went down there and I kind of set things up, and I thought, I'm going to have to get up and walk because I usually can't sit very long. And I did get up a couple times, but they streamed in, and I mainly yacked. I couldn't yak and talk and play games all the same. I'm not that coordinated. So I just talked and told stories about my life and things I've done for 3 hours. Yeah, I guess I can talk too much. And then I just raided into the next one, and I couldn't even really have time to watch the first one. So when I went right into the next one, then I started seeing how they were all set up, and I was like, well, that was pretty lame. I didn't have anything set up to people to donate. I didn't have the links. I've never done any Twitch streaming hardly, so I don't know how to set all that stuff up. I was just on the computer. It was lame, but everybody liked it, and they're all just being nice to me, but I know that. But they were all nice. Oh, now a sheriff going by. We get it all. UPS, sheriff, a bunch of cars. So anyway, I went through and did that, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have to go ice my leg down, but it actually didn't bother me that much. And I think Friday was like a turning point for me. It really started improving a lot. But I thought, well, maybe it's just I was distracted or something. And Saturday, I wasn't that bad. I mean, I still have to ice my knee, especially after I do my exercises. I'm still not sleeping the greatest. But, you know, so I'm tired all day. But as far as the pain and all that stuff, it really lightened up a lot. And so I had gone last Monday and Wednesday to therapy, but I wasn't going to go again until this morning, Tuesday. Yesterday was I had a doctor's appointment with orthopedic. It's supposed to be my 6-week checkup, but they scheduled it at 5 weeks, but it didn't matter. He said scar's looking good. He said everything's healing great. He really liked the range of motion I got already, and he's already thinking, you know, he saw, because when he did the x-rays, he did both my knees. Of course, my other knee's bone on bone. It's wore out. This one was, the one they did was more damaged for longer, but because of the damage on my right side, it wore out my left side, my left knee. And so I told him, I said, well, I was going to do it right after this one, but I think I'm going to wait until the end of the year. This has been too much. I don't know, my wife's even saying, you know, there ain't no way, she needs a break for a while. So I just been kind of anticipating it was like you know, things will get worse again, but they've been staying the same. I won't say they're like, everything's going just wonderful and I'm ready to run a marathon or something, but I did, like I said, in the 4-week one, I went into Sam's with my wife on the way back and thought, yeah, I could probably stretch out my legs. And I got to the back of the store and I was just like laying on the cart. I was just like, I'm ready to go. But I said, we got to get this stuff bought. So we went through everything and then got in line, got to the car, and I just crashed in the seat and put ice on my knee and came home and just iced it the rest of the day, and it was miserable. But I thought, hey, everything's getting better. And so, like I said, yesterday I went to the doctor's, had to go by a hospital. My mother and my brother-in-law both went in the hospital at the same time, different things. And so we went by to see them. And then today I had therapy this morning, and I got on the recumbent bike. And usually when I'm doing my recumbent bike, when my knee comes up, I'm just like my rear end's about coming off the seat because it hurts so bad. And I was just, I could feel it, but it wasn't that same pain that was taking me off the seat. I just sat there and just pedaled and pedaled and pedaled and pedaled and pedaled for 10 minutes. That they do that to warm your knee up. And I thought, man, that's pretty good. And then I walked, and she did all the stuff, and she got me to, I think she said down to 4 degrees, but that was pushing. I got it to 5, and they pushed me down to 4 degrees trying to straighten it out. And coming back, I got it to 115 degrees, and they pushed it, and she pushed it and got it a little bit more. Then she worked it and softened and worked back on my hamstring and worked on my thigh muscle, and she just kept working all that. And she did it again, and she by her pushing it, not me doing it on my own, but her pushing it, which was painful, she got it to 121 degrees. But they got to get me going to 120. But the thing is the doctor said, and we told her, and they were planning on this anyway. The doctor knows and they know because they all do this. I need to start strengthening my quad muscles. So they started working me on this, standing up, sitting, standing up, sitting down to strengthen those up, and also putting some weights on my legs and extending them out with some ankle weights on. I don't have any ankle weights, so I'm going to have to ad-lib something for ankle weights around the house. And I don't keep exercising. I mean, it's not over with, but it's definitely a turning point. Just wish I'd sleep better at night, but it's way better now than it was, say, 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, it's. I think it seemed like it maybe 2 to 3 weeks with my hip. I hit that turning point. It was almost like a light switch. This one day it was just like so much better. And for this one, it's more like 4.5 weeks. I hit that. But you know, we pushed it again because we left therapy and went back by to see, you know, my mother and brother-in-law in the hospital real quick, and we had to go by the grocery store, and I said, well, let me see how I do. I'll push the cart, you know, to lean on. And again, I got halfway through, and my knee all the way up to my hip was just wore out. It was just tired. It was done. And so we got back to the car, which made me kind of cranky. My wife didn't like that too much, but plus we were hungry, so I was a little hangry and pain cranky and all that. But we got something to eat on the way home and brought it home and ate, and started doing a little better. I ended up falling asleep a lot during the day, just nodding off here and there, just because I'm not getting just a good night's sleep. And the doctor said I can combine, because I was taking either ibuprofen or Tylenol at night, and usually some Benadryl to kind of just knock me out. But then I'd have to take them again 3 or 4 hours later when I woke up hurting. And he said, you know, it's okay. He said, you don't have to take either ibuprofen or Tylenol. You can take those two together. You cannot take like Aleve and ibuprofen. They're in the same family together. But you can take Aleve or Tylenol, Aleve and Tylenol, or ibuprofen and Tylenol. So I tried that last night, and by the time I went to sleep, my leg really wasn't hurting. But then, as usual, the pain meds wear off and they start hurting. So that wore off, and I woke up. And I was kind of pacing in the bedroom quietly, trying not to wake up my wife. I was just pacing. I took 2 more Tylenol, and it had been like 4 or 5 hours later. So I took 2 more Tylenol, laid down, and I slept a few more hours. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. I hope if you're going through this, just know you'll hit this point hopefully soon. I hope you hit it sooner than I did, but it'll come. It just seems like it's stayed the same, just hurting and soreness for the longest time. Because, you know, of course, you got that first 2 weeks after the incision hurts. Then you get into the then I got off the pain meds, and then I guess it was the pain meds causing it, where I was nauseous for a solid week. I mean, I was just queasy, nauseous to my stomach. I didn't throw up or nothing, but I just didn't feel like eating, didn't feel like nothing. I just felt miserable. And then that went away, and then it was just hurting, you know, off and on. And I tried to exercise it and made it hurt more, but you know, you have to do that. You can't just stop, because that'll lock up. So you gotta just fight through the pain of home exercises and going to physical therapy. You have to go to therapy. It's key. And so it, you know, it's just one of those things you got to kind of stick it out and go through it. I'm not sure how the people who get them both done at the same time make it, but I think I'll wait till the end of the year and do the other one. Anyway, you all have a blessed day, and just want to get this update out there, and so that if anybody comes along, maybe they can see what I went through. You all take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye now.